Picture this, the thunderous blast of rockets lighting up Florida's coastline, propelling us toward a future where space travel feels as routine as catching a flight. But here's the twist, SpaceX has just secured the green light to transform a piece of history into the launchpad of tomorrow, and it's sparking buzz for all the right reasons. Dive in as we unpack this game-changing approval for Starship operations, and you'll see why it could redefine how we explore the cosmos. In a monumental decision, the Department of the Air Force gave the nod on November 20 to SpaceX's ambitious plans to revamp a storied launch site at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. This historic pad, known as Space Launch Complex 37, is set to become the hub for Starship Super Heavy missions, enabling a flurry of activities including building, pre-launch prep, and full-blown rocket flights right from Florida's iconic Space Coast. What does this mean in practical terms? Once the Federal Aviation Administration wraps up its final review, SpaceX could conduct as many as 76 launches and a whopping 152 landings each year. For beginners wondering about Starship, think of it as SpaceX's colossal, fully reusable rocket system, a massive beast designed to carry heavy payloads into space and return to Earth intact, much like a reusable airplane. This reusability cuts costs and opens doors to more frequent missions, making space exploration more accessible and efficient. The approval stemmed from a thorough environmental assessment that pitted two paths against each other: forge ahead with the redevelopment or halt everything. Officials chose the go-ahead option, driven by the pressing demands of national defense, the skyrocketing interest in civilian space launches, and the need to bolster our infrastructure. It wasn't a snap decision, either. Months of feedback from the public, along with input from state agencies, tribal groups, and local governments, shaped the outcome. And this is the part most people miss: the excitement is already palpable. SpaceX took to social media on December 1, 2025, to announce that groundwork has kicked off on developing Space Launch Complex 37 for Starship duties at Cape Canaveral. Their tweet highlighted a thrilling vision: with 3 launch pads in Florida, Starship will be ready to support America's national security and Artemis goals as the world's premier spaceport continues to evolve to enable airport-like operations. Imagine rocket launches becoming as predictable and frequent as airport takeoffs. That's the future they're painting. This move significantly boosts Starship's footprint on the Eastern Range, where SpaceX already sends Falcon 9 rockets soaring. Starship stands at the heart of NASA's Artemis program, aimed at returning humans to the Moon and eventually Mars, while also playing a pivotal role in upcoming defense missions. For those new to Artemis, it's NASA's initiative to establish a sustainable human presence on the lunar surface, fostering innovation in science, technology, and even international collaboration, a step that could inspire the next generation of explorers. But here's where it gets controversial: while this expansion promises economic growth and technological leaps, it raises eyebrows about the environmental toll of ramping up launches. Critics might argue that the noise, pollution, and disruption to local wildlife could outweigh the benefits for Florida's coastal communities. Is the pursuit of space dominance worth the potential impact on our planet's fragile ecosystems? And what about the balance between national security and public access to space? Should private companies like SpaceX lead the charge, or is there room for more government oversight? As we marvel at this leap forward, we're curious: do you see this as a bold step for humanity or a risky gamble? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the redevelopment, or do you think we should prioritize environmental safeguards over faster space expansion? Your opinions could spark a lively debate. Get breaking news alerts delivered to your inbox. Copyright 2025 by WKMG Click Orlando, all rights reserved. Recommended videos.